Hi, this is Aya from DipTops. In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a very simple slipper. The pattern is from goodknits.com. It's called Mary Jane Slippers. The stitches that you need to know will be you need to know how to make the magic ring, double crochet and single crochet, and that's it. So I'll be using Ali's Classic Lana Gold and a 5.5mm crochet hook, and we're gonna start with a magic ring. You don't need any gauge in this pattern because you're gonna be able to adjust it while you go, depending on the size you want. So we're gonna start with magic ring. We're gonna chain 1, and we're gonna work 8 double crochet in this magic ring. The first one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Just gonna pull this thread and close my ring. I will slip stitch in the first double crochet that I made. So this is the first one. I need to slip stitch in the first one. So usually in patterns they tell you that you need to chain 2. Usually I just chain 1 because I don't want to have a gap when I chain 2, because usually this is how it comes up with me all the time. So I made the 8 double crochet. For the second round, I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm gonna work 2 double crochet in every single stitch I have. So for the first one, this is the first double crochet. I worked 2 double crochet in it. In the next stitch, I'm gonna work 2 double crochet again. And I'm gonna repeat till the end of this round. Total of double crochets that I'll have will be 16 double crochet. I reached the end of my second round. I'm gonna slip stitch in the first double crochet I have here to close my round. So this is how it looks so far. I'm gonna chain 1. For round 3, I'm going to work 2 double crochet in the first stitch and 1 double crochet in the second. So here are 2 double crochets in the first one, and the next stitch I'm just going to work 1. So I'm going to repeat this. I'm going to work 2 double crochet in same stitch, 1 double crochet in next. When I repeat it, the total of double crochets in this round will be 24. I reached the end of my third round. So in the third round, I started with 2 double crochets, so the last stitch I'll be working will be only 1 double crochet. I'm gonna close the round with a slip stitch in my first double crochet. The chain that I make here, I don't count it as a double crochet at all. For my fourth round, I'm gonna start with 1 chain, work 2 double crochet in the first stitch, then I'm gonna work 1 double crochet in the next 2 stitches. So the next stitch I'm just gonna work 1, and the next one I'm gonna work 1 as well. And I'll repeat. I'm gonna work 2 in this one, 1 double crochet in the next one, and 1 double crochet in the next. I finished my fourth round and closed it with a slip stitch. When I'm supposed to try it on, so let's say these are my toes, so it's supposed to look like this on my toes. If it's too big for my toes, this means that you should rip off 1 increased row. because right now we're not going to increase anymore, we're just going to work 2 even rows. So on the next 2 rows, I'm just going to work a chain 1 and 1 double crochet in every single stitch I have for the next 2 rows. So if it's bigger than your toes, I recommend that you rip off 1 or 2 increased rows and then continue with row 5 and 6. So I finished round 6. Right now I'm just going to start working back and forth. I was working in the round, but right now I'm just going to work back and forth and leave 9 stitches unworked. So I'm going to chain 1, work 1 double crochet in the next 23 stitches. So I'll be having 23 double crochet, and then I'm going to stop there. So I worked my 23, and then here I'm leaving 9 stitches unworked. So you're just going to put your feet here, your toes will be here, and the rest of your leg will be here. So what I'm going to do right now is that I'm going to work back and forth till the length of your leg or your foot itself. So here in the pattern, she said she's going to work 12 rows. It depends on how long your legs are, your feet are, but you need to stretch the crochet part a little bit, or the slipper a little bit when you wear it, because crochet usually you're able to stretch it, so it's kind of stretchy. So for me, I worked 11 rows. Depending on my gauge and my tension, the yarn that I'm using, and the size of my foot. So I'll be working my 11 rows, and then I'm gonna come back, show you how we finish it off. I'm sorry, I forgot how to show you how we're gonna work back and forth. So I stopped here. I'm leaving 23 unworked. The last 2 stitches were not worked properly, so I'm just going to work them again. So I'm leaving 9 stitches unworked here. I'm going to turn my work, chain 1, and double crochet in every single stitch I have. The total will be 23. So I'm leaving this part unworked, not going to work anything at all. After I complete my 11 rows, I'm going to come back and show you what else we're going to do. Okay, I reached my 11th row. This is how it's supposed to look like. You're supposed to put your feet here. And this, we're going to sew these together. That will be at the back of your foot. But I just want to flip it inside out, because this is the face of my work, because I was working in the round. But in this part where I was working in the row, I don't have a front and back. Okay, so I'm just gonna flip it inside out. I've got my loop here. I want to leave a long tail because I'm gonna sew. I need some of it to sew, and then pull the yarn through my loop and pull. So I'm just gonna get my needle. I've got kind of, it looks like a sewing needle, but actually it has this big eye. Okay, I threaded my needle, and I just need to put them together like this, because I need them to be even, both sides to be even. So I'm just going to start sewing. I just want to tell you that here, I have these braids. I'm sewing underneath the braids. These braids are the top of my stitches. I don't want to sew too tight or too loose. Too tight will get my work to look like this. And if it's too loose, then what's the use of sewing them together? Okay, I just need to do one more stitch here. And then I just want to tie it once to make a knot here first. And then I'm just gonna hide my end here and then do one more knot, because I don't want to make both knots here, because it's just gonna bother me when I wear my slippers. Then I'm just going to hide my yarn again, and then right now I can just like cut off the yarn. So here we are. My slipper is almost done. Here I'm gonna do this exact thing because this was a magic ring. I need to pull my magic ring tight enough because I don't want a hole in my slipper. I'm sorry. There we go. I want to pull it tight, then I'm gonna start hiding my ends, and at the same time I'm gonna knot twice because I don't want this hole to open at all, because usually when you wear something like a sock or a slipper, you use it a lot, and if I don't tie the knots well or good enough, it can just open. Okay, so if I flip it inside on the right side again, this is how my slipper is. Put my feet here, it stretches, so this is how it looks. But I want to make a single crochet edge here so it would look nice. So I'm gonna use color pink, a pink color. It's better to use the same yarn or same thickness of yarn. So I've used a different brand. I can't remember the name because I've lost the tag, but it's the same thickness. But I'm gonna use a 1/2 millimeter smaller hook. I'm gonna use number 5. I'm gonna attach my yarn. Here's the part where I sewed. So I'm gonna attach my yarn here. I want a smaller one because I don't want the single crochet part to be loose. I want it to be a little more tight to hold on to my leg as well. So I tied it here twice. Gonna put my hook here and got a loop. I'm gonna chain 1. In the same place, I'm gonna single crochet. So here I'm working on the sides of the rows that I've done before. So I'm gonna single crochet. I don't know how to explain where you single crochet, but you just single crochet whenever you feel like it. You don't want to make 2 single crochets or 3 in the same place because it's gonna make it wide. You're gonna make more stitches than usual. So I'm just gonna show you how I do it because I don't actually count them. If I feel that this is the right place, I just like put my hook and crochet. You can use the same yarn to make the single crochet edge here, or a totally different color. And the whole double crochet, the whole slipper is made in double crochet. but it creates some kind of gaps. So if you want less gaps, you can work a half double crochet. So I've reached to the front of my slipper here, so these are the stitches that I'll be working in. The first one, I'm going to work a 2 double crochet in it because I want it to have a specific look on it, kind of curved, not edgy. So only the first one I'm going to work 2 double crochet in it. I'm sorry, 2 single crochet in it, and then I'm going to continue with 1 single crochet in every stitch I have here. And for the last one, which will be here, no, I don't want it here. Yes, I want it here, but on the top. I'm going to work 2 single crochet as well, because I want both sides to be even. You can add some flowers to your slipper on the side or on the front, or a bow. I'm going to put a link to the bow that you can do on the slipper, or the one that I did on the slipper. It's a really simple one, it's not going to take any time, but the most important part, that you make the same number of stitches and rows for both slippers, for the right pair and the right slipper and the left slipper, because you don't want one of the bows to be larger than the other. So I've reached till the part where I've sewn and started my single crochet. So I'm going to slip stitch in the first single crochet I have here. Leave kind of a long tail because I want to hide the ends really well. And then pull the yarn. So I've closed my loop here. So I'm gonna hide the yarn later. But I want to show you the other one that I've done here. I've made this bow, so I'm going to put a link to the bow in the description box. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.